You Can't Take It With You Through the Lens of A Course in Miracles, ACIM, is a joyful lesson about the difference between living for accumulation and living from extension, between the pursuit of status and the experience of being truly alive. The title itself sounds like an ACIM reminder. You can't take it with you. Not the money, not the possessions, not the titles, not the achievements, not the self-image. The Course would add, you can only take what was real all along. And what is real is love. The movie presents two very different worlds. On one side is the wealthy Kirby family, focused on success, reputation, acquisition, and social standing. On the other side is the eccentric Sycamore family, who seem to delight in simply being themselves. They paint because they enjoy painting. They dance because they enjoy dancing. They build fireworks because it brings them joy. They play music because it is fun. From the ego's perspective, the Sycamores appear irresponsible and impractical. From an ACIM perspective, they raise an uncomfortable question. What if happiness is not found where society tells us to look? The ego says, first become successful, then enjoy life. The Sycamores say, why not enjoy life now? That doesn't mean the film is advocating recklessness or avoiding responsibility. Rather, it exposes how often people sacrifice the present moment while pursuing an imagined future. Frequently points to this same tendency. The ego's heaven is always later. The Holy Spirit's peace is always now. Anthony Kirby Sr. is particularly interesting through an ACIM lens. He has accumulated enormous wealth and influence, yet remains dissatisfied. His life reflects one of the Course's central observations. Nothing in the world can fill the sense of lack created by the belief in separation. The ego keeps proposing substitutes, more money, more status, more accomplishments, yet each achievement only generates the next pursuit. The movie gently reveals that the problem is not wealth itself. The problem is expecting wealth to provide what only love can provide. The Sycamore household, meanwhile, resembles what ACIM might call a classroom in non-judgment. People are allowed to be different. Eccentricity is welcomed. Creativity is encouraged. There is remarkably little concern with comparison. The ego thrives on comparison. Better than, worse than, more successful, less successful. The Sycamores largely opt out of that game. This gives their home a quality of freedom that others find both attractive and confusing. The romance between Alice and Tony highlights another Course theme, joining beyond appearances. Their families appear incompatible. Their social worlds seem irreconcilable. The ego focuses on differences. Spirit looks for shared interests, shared innocence, shared humanity. Throughout the film, the conflict is not really between rich and poor. It is between two definitions of value. One measures worth through external achievement. The other measures worth through the experience of living. The movie repeatedly asks, what is success? That question sits at the heart of many ACIM lessons. The ego defines success as getting what it wants. The Holy Spirit defines success as remembering what you are. One of the film's most powerful scenes involves vulnerability and honesty, rather than wealth or power. Characters begin dropping their defenses, masks loosen, people become more human. That mirrors how miracles occur in ACIM, not through domination, not through persuasion, but through defenselessness. The film also contains a gentle warning about spiritual misunderstanding. One could watch the movie and conclude, money is bad. But that is not the lesson. It does not make forms inherently good or bad. Money can be used by the ego or by the Holy Spirit. The issue is attachment. If peace depends upon having it, fear follows. If peace depends upon losing it, fear still follows. True freedom comes when peace no longer depends on either condition. By the end, Anthony Kirby begins to glimpse something that the Sycamores have known all along. Life is not a business transaction. It is not a competition. It is not a resume. It is not a race toward future fulfillment. The deepest treasures are not acquired. They are shared. Viewed through ACIM, You Can't Take It With You becomes a cheerful reminder that the ego spends its life collecting things it cannot keep. Meanwhile, the Holy Spirit quietly points toward what has been available all along. Laughter shared with friends, creative expression, presence, forgiveness, connection, love. And unlike money, status, and possessions, those are the only treasures you never have to leave behind.